Welcome to the New Zealand Rugby channel. I always keep you updated with the latest news, exciting matches, and in-depth analyses. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can follow the Warriors on their journey to conquer the world of rugby. The Nutsgate story made me realize that not every issue can be resolved quickly, especially when the truth is unclear or misunderstood. Focusing on small details, like the balls or other events in November, reminded me of the importance of careful observation and not rushing to judge everything. Reflecting on the Nutsgate story and the developments in November rugby, I couldn't help but feel a complexity that was both intriguing and clearly contentious. First, the story of Jan-Hendrik Wessels seems a classic example of the tension between formal justice and substantive justice, between direct evidence and personal testimony, and between public sentiment and the objectivity required in sporting disciplinary decisions. I sensed an underlying injustice. A player losing reputation, facing sanctions and financial loss based solely on the accuser's testimony, while visual evidence was almost non-existent. This left me feeling both sympathetic and concerned about fairness in the current rugby disciplinary system. One detail that stood out was the author emphasizing that at no point during the altercation did we see Wessels' hand touching Murphy's sensitive area. This is important because it raises questions about the accuracy of the disciplinary ruling. While Murphy may have been honest, the only basis for convicting Wessels rested on a single witness's account with almost no direct evidence. It made me think of the principle of innocent until proven guilty, which is foundational in legal thinking. Sadly, in sport, this principle is sometimes overlooked due to public pressure, media scrutiny, and the need to act swiftly in sensitive situations. I also noted the comparison with matches from 25 years ago, showing how pace, skill, and safety have significantly improved. The continual use of cameras and TMO systems has removed much of the savage and arbitrary behavior while helping punish players who still breach the rules. This is clear evidence that rugby has evolved from a purely violent sport to a professional, disciplined, and more refined field. Yet, it is unfortunate that despite advanced technology and regulations, some murky situations remain unresolved, where players' intent and actions are not clearly visible. In Wessels' case, I felt that the application of both technology and disciplinary procedures was still inadequate, leading to a ruling that seemed heavy-handed and lacking transparency. Another aspect that made me reflect was the use of probability rather than the standard of beyond reasonable doubt in disciplinary decisions. I understand that sport and criminal law require different standards of evidence, but it still felt unsettling to see a player face harsh sanctions based on probability alone. While this approach is accepted in rugby, I believe that for sensitive and serious matters affecting reputation and honor, a more thorough investigative process is necessary. Otherwise, the consequences extend beyond personal sanctions to a loss of fan trust in sporting fairness. This point made me feel that Wessels was not only a victim of a specific situation, but also of a disciplinary system that isn't fully equipped to handle exceptional cases. Beyond reflections on Nutsgate, the article also evoked a range of emotions when discussing the November internationals. The analysis of New Zealand, Australia, and South Africa was not just informative, but also captured the excitement and anticipation of fans. Highlighting the importance of opening matches, particularly New Zealand versus Ireland, made me feel the immense pressure on coaches and players. Scott Robertson faced instability and a sense of insecurity within the coaching ranks, something that any sports observer recognizes as sensitive and highly pressurized. This made me both sympathetic and appreciative of the coaching role, as they must manage not only tactics, but also the psychology and emotions of the entire team. For the Australian team, the article evoked both regret and hope. Joe Schmidt left the head coach role with clearly improved results compared to his arrival, yet challenges remained in the series against the Lions. I felt sympathetic for Schmidt, considering the difficult matches ahead, but also optimistic given the team's significant progress. This created a complex feeling, where joy in victory mingles with concern over potential defeat, an experience familiar to any loyal fan. South Africa seemed the standout team in November. I felt pride and admiration reading about their crushing victory over New Zealand in August and their ability to maintain such a high standard. The influence of coach Tony Brown and the development of a new generation of players was clear. Something any professional sports system would aspire to. This highlighted the excitement of sport, It's not just about winning or losing but about progress, learning, and continual creativity. Overall, the story left me with a mixture of emotions, frustration and sympathy for Wessels, anticipation and excitement for the November internationals, and admiration for the progress of modern rugby. I agree with the author that disciplinary decisions in murky situations require a more thorough process, not only to protect players' fairness, but also to maintain fans' trust. I also acknowledge that the development of modern sport from technology and skill to tactics is truly impressive and worthy of respect. Ultimately, the Nutsgate story serves as a profound reminder: in rugby, as in life, fairness and transparency are not just ideals but responsibilities. Objectively assessing and addressing situations based on full evidence and properly evaluating their seriousness is essential for both players and fans to feel respected. This is a lesson I will always remember, not only in following rugby, but also in how I view fairness, ethics, and responsibility in any field. Thanks for watching. See you in the next videos on the New Zealand Rugby channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on my latest videos. Wishing you all a great day, every day.